Hello everybody, hope you're having a fantastic day today. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Today, got a long video here for you. I wanted to make an ultimate guide for basically how to, go through with the Vault 79 raid so you can start collecting more gold bullion. This is going to be a one part of probably many other parts to get this accomplished. Let's get into it here. Okay, so to start off here, we're going to want to do the new arrivals quest line. Now, when you first come out of the vault, there's probably a bunch of missions on your screen here. You can see if you just click them off, if you go into the right tab and go looking for them. The miscellaneous ones can be a little tricky to find. Just turn all of this off, and all you want to have on is new arrivals. I will try to explain as we go along and other missions are popping up to try to avoid for the time being. Not saying don't do them, but we're just focusing on this right now. So basically we want to listen to the Overseer's broadcast here, so we just go under radio, and that will bring us to the Overseer's home over here on the map. You will not be able to fast travel it if you're just coming out of the vault. You will have to work your way over here. And this is the house right here. Just keep in mind, you shouldn't have a problem getting over here. You shouldn't run into too many major enemies if you're a beginner player. And this is the Overseer, and this is how we are going to get started on basically doing the raid for Vault 79. There is a lot. Again, like I said, this will be basically a 2 or 3 part video going over how to do all the creator missions and the foundation missions. This is just getting you started in that direction so you can do those, if that makes sense. So again, we're going to talk to the Overseer here, and we're going to get an ounce of prevention started, which is basically the new arrivals. Again, this is why I wanted to make this video. This stuff can be kind of confusing. It looks like you have 2 missions up here. It's basically just one. Leave the new arrivals on, and we're going to focus on an ounce of prevention, which is basically completing new arrivals. Now, this is going to bring us over to the AVR Medical Center here, which I'm showing, and we are going to head on inside. There are some ghouls around here, so just keep that in mind. Once we get inside, we are going to be dealing with some Scorched. Now, I'm just going to show you exactly where I go here. It is a little easy to get lost in here, but basically you're looking for a huge hole in the ground. And once you know you found that big room with the huge crater or hole in the ground, which I'm going to show here in a second, you're on the right path. Little tricky navigating this area. Even when you get down here, I'm going to show you, I used to get confused down here a little bit as well, but if you just go behind this generator here, I know some people probably didn't get stuck with this, but this isn't exactly easy to find sometimes. But yes, just make sure you go behind here. There's a little hole in the wall, and then you want to come down here. So just don't want you guys to have trouble finding that. And we're going to consult this terminal here. Now we have to do the inoculation project overview. And we're going to have to do some other stuff. We are going to be analyzing a blood sample as well, too. We're going to get it from a feral ghoul. And we have to collect a Type T fuse. So, I'm going to show you exactly how to do this stuff as well. We can go over to the ghouls here. Everything around is around the AVR Medical Center. So, just keep that in mind. You're not really going to have to fast travel anymore. For the T-Fuse, we're going to come over here. You can see it kind of wants me to go in this area. Don't go that way. Look for this entrance over here. It's basically the optional. You're going to want to go into the main gate. You might want to unlock this too. It just may help for navigation. And yes, we're going to be looking for the T-type fuse, and it is in here. I'm going to show you exactly where it is. Keep in mind, you will have some liberators to fight. These will probably be the worst enemies that you will come across if you're a new player just coming out of the vault. So you should be pretty much prepared and equipped depending on your build that you came out of the vault. These guys shouldn't be too hard to kill. And the T-fuse will be in here. Now, we need to get a blood sample from a ghoul as well. Now, I think you can pretty much get this from any ghoul, so if you're getting the T-fuse and you come across a ghoul, make sure you check to see if you can get the blood sample off them. I was just fighting some super mutants, some ghouls came over to me, and as you can see, when you go up to them, at the bottom it will say collect blood sample, so just look for that if you do see some ghouls and you do have this part of the mission activated. Don't go back until you get both of these things, or else you're going to have to come back twice. And then it's the same thing. Just go downstairs, go behind the generator here, and yeah, don't get lost like I did. You have to replace the fuse box as well. eventually here, and we're going to load the blood sample into here. And then we are going to talk to the terminal here, or consult the terminal, I guess I should say, analyze the blood sample. And then we're going to use the symptomatic to administer the vaccine to ourselves, basically, so we don't have to worry about becoming a scorched. And I just want to say, too, this stuff is pretty easy. It's just, I guess, navigation is probably the hardest part, and definitely my motivation for making this video. Please let me know in the comments, too, if there's anything that you would like to add to this video. It is a long video, and I am trying to cover everything here, guys, and just make this go as smooth as possible for you. Okay, so now you can see maybe into the fire pops up. Just take that off. That's not part of what we're doing here. We're going to go back to the Overseer's home here. We're going to talk to the Overseer again, and we're still working on the new arrivals. Now, we're going to work our way into basically talking to the Foundation leader and the Crater leader. Now, you can see you got some missions up here. You basically need all of these up here, so just keep that in mind, and we'll start with the Raiders first because they are basically the most time-consuming. The Foundation isn't too hard. So basically, we're going to be doing Strange Bedfellows first, but the new arrivals is Strange Bedfellows and Here to Stay, if that makes sense. Now, to start these, we want to go into this area on the map and tune into the radio signal as well here, and then it will bring us to a robot called Rose, who we do not have to go see. And again, if I wasn't clear, it's the top of the the top of the world radio that you're going to be looking for. And the Overseer's mission, another one that might pop up that you do not need on. This is where Rose is. This is how you get to talk to Rose. You will need to talk to her. You can see here, this is an elevator, and there is a stash box there as well I'm going to show, but you just open up the door. You will have to go to the mezzanine level as well, but the observation level is where Rose is. So it's the top button there if you need to get to Rose. Sometimes it's not very clear. And keep in mind this Overseer's cache here, there might be some stuff here for some new players that you may not have had. So before we go see Rose, we're going to find the signal repeater. She will talk to you. You'll hear her over, you know, your Pip-Boy or whatever. She's going to bring you over here to the Seneca Hotel, I think it is, or the Seneca Motel here. And we're going to get the signal repeater schematic for Rose. And then we need to get the duplexer and the responder. So we're going to go over here to this crashed plane over here. And we're going to go over here to get the duplexer on the map. So I'm going to show you exactly where these are when you get to these places. Keep in mind the crashed airplane. If you are in this area, like you don't have a fast travel point to it, when you get to this area, if you are climbing up the mountain, just keep in mind there is a stair set to get up it a little bit easier. You might not have marsupial, so just throwing that out there. And you're basically trying to get to the cockpit of the plane here, and then we're going to have the transponder. Now we just have to get the duplexer, which is over here by the NAR Regional, and basically in one of these train carts. And you're just going to go up to it, collect it, and then we're going to have to find ourselves a Tinker's Workbench, go to quest items, and then we make the signal repeater. Now we have to install the signal repeater. It's just above West-Tec here, and it's as simple as coming up in here, or coming over here, installing this into this access point right here, and then just down the hill we're going to have to divert the power. So again, you don't have to fast travel away, just come over here where, you know, basically my friend is showing me. Big shout out to Wolf, thanks for the help with this, just to help me make sure that I got everything covered. Still wouldn't be surprised if we missed a couple little things that, you know, there's just so much to cover here. Again, let us know in the comments if there's anything that we could do to help some of the new players, guys. So, yeah, basically now we are diverting the power to the repeater. Now we have to speak to Rose. So, like I said, you're going to want to go to the mezzanine level, and that will be the top button. And now we can meet Rose, if you haven't already. She has a bunch of other missions to do. You do not need to do her whole quest line. I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do in order to get the Crater mission started. Now, we have to do, signal strength is done. Now we're going to work on Strange Bedfellows a little bit. And this is basically going to get us so that we can talk to Meg from Crater, which I will explain in a second. So, let's get started on Strange Bedfellows now, and that involves getting David's trophy. Again, these aren't very hard. Probably navigation's the hardest thing. Now, for David's trophy, we're going to come over here, And it's basically just on a little, I guess, dresser here, you would call it. And there's some other stuff we're going to have to do here. We have to search for clues about Rosalind's memorial. There's a bottle here on the bed that you can search for clues for. I don't know if it's the bottle, sorry. I think you click on the bed. If you have the right stats to skip through this stuff, you don't have to do everything that I'm showing here. I'm just showing everything in case you don't have that type of strength or perception. So basically, just scan the desk, and then you're going to have to basically read the back of a photo. And that will be in your Pip-Boy, basically. Under Notes, you're going to have to click on it again, read the back of it, and then this will lead you to another area here. Just make sure you click on it a couple times just to make sure it comes up. And that will lead us to retrieving the AI program. Now, this again is near West-Tec on top of a cliff here, so you might have, a bit of a struggle getting up here if you don't have Marsupial, but just to show you, that is West-Tec down there. There is a Death Claw up here, so keep that in mind. And just make sure you're prepared. Simple as coming over here and grabbing Rose's AI program. Now we have to listen to Rose. She's going to get us to repair the AI program. It's going to bring us over here on the map. And they do want you to go to the basement here, which I'm going to show. And we're going to interact with this terminal. But it's not as simple as doing this. We're going to have to go outside to a porta potty and get a code. And we're going to have to keep an eye out for Agent Kensington. He may catch you off guard. So again, just make sure you're prepared when you're over here. Take him out first, and then just come over to the porta potty here. Got the password. Then you're pretty much good to go and repair the AI program. Enter the password, holotape repair, confirm, and we're going to talk to Rose again. I know you guys love Rose. So again, back to the observation level, not the mezzanine level. We will be going to the mezzanine level to take out Scorched eventually, but not quite yet. Again, we want to go to the observation level and talk to Rose again. And now we need to find a holotape with the word negotiate on it. And that is going to bring us over here to Arctos here on the map. And I don't think you have to go in this way, but I just want to show you the way that I went in so I can basically get you to the holotape the fastest way that I knew. So if you come in this way that I'm showing here, I think it's actually it's this one here. I think we thought it was one level up, but it wasn't. So yes, basically just coming over to this trash can here, get the board meeting here, and then we're going to go back, and you guessed it, talk to Rose again. And we're going to have to load up the holotape into the local relay tower and activate the connection is the next part of this mission, which is just over here on the map. Basically as simple as just going up to a terminal. And as I said too, it's not like this stuff is really hard to do. I feel like navigation is the hardest part about it for sure. Basically going to load the holotape in. You can see it tells you how to do that at the bottom. It's square on PlayStation. And you're going to want to load the hookup. Once you've done that, you will activate the transmitter connection. That's it. The end. Now, clear out hostiles in the mezzanine. Now, we are so close to being able to talk to the leader of Crater. Now, like I said, we will go to the mezzanine level. And we're just going to take out a bunch of Scorched. This may take a second. I do recommend some Berry Mentats if you have them to help you find the Scorched. There's usually like a straggler, so if it doesn't progress, you just haven't killed all the Scorched yet. And then Meg will appear, and you can talk to Meg. Now, if you don't have the intelligence or the charisma, you might have to do some extra stuff, but don't worry, I will go through all of this. She will get you to go check on Aldridge. Again, you may not have to do this if you have the right stats. I just wanted to cover it for, just to make sure we're covering everything here. And basically, this is going to lead us to a trailer. We're going to deal with Aldridge. I don't want to spoil anything. There's different ways to handle this. Not hard to figure it out. You will see what I mean when you get there. After we've dealt with him, we're going to go over to the crater. And this is where these missions are going to be taking part. But again, that will probably be in another video, as this video will already be 26 or 30 minutes by the time I'm done. But just throwing that out there just to get you familiar with it, Meg is the person we are going to be talking to for the crater missions. Now, you can do the Vault 79 raid with either Creator or Foundation, but I will explain that in the other video. I just wanted to show you this is what we're going to do to talk to Meg. Now, once that's done, we're ready to go with Meg. We need to talk to the Foundation leader. So now we're going to start here to stay. And it's basically coming over here to Foundation and talking to Paige. You can fast travel right inside like you can with Crater where Meg is from the map. If you are away from it, you do not need to fast travel outside and then run all the way over here. So I just wanted to make sure you guys know that. Now, when we talk to Paige here, he's pretty much just going to send us on a simple mission here. This is not half as bad as getting to talk to the raiders. We're pretty much going to have their trust after we find Aubrey at the observation camp here. And that's going to bring us over here on the map. And we're going to examine a dead body here. And another one over here. Basically searching the camp for clues. Again, if you don't have 8 perception, I'll show you what to do here. We still have to search for Aubrey. And if we just come over here on the map, just a little bit north of Vault 96, you're looking for this white door here. Basically a little cave. Gonna go inside, and we're gonna talk to Aubrey. Again, there's different ways to handle this. You do not need to have intelligence +4. Don't want to spoil anything. And then, like I said, you can fast travel back into the interior, much like you can with Meg at Crater. So just keep that in mind when you're doing these missions. You're definitely going to want to be doing that just to save some time. Now that we've talked to both of the leaders of Foundation and Crater, we're going to go back and talk to the Overseer, and we're going to head over to the Nuka-Cola plant and basically start making the vaccine for these two characters. So, over at the Kanawa Nuka plant, I just wanted to show exactly where to go. It can be a little tricky finding your way in here. There are some ghouls around, so keep that in mind, but the door is over here. Just wanted to show they don't exactly put you right in front of it. Now, once we're inside, we will talk to the Overseer here for a second. And then we're going to check the reactors and check the flavor lab. So, basically, this is going to lead us to another symptomatic thing. We're going to hop inside, and then we're going to do this as well with the biometric meter, I think it said. Now, if you ask the Overseer for help and you don't have the right stats, this is the way you will have to do it. Just keep in mind you're going to have to sit here and wait for a bit. And again, this is only if you don't have the right stats to skip it. If you have a higher intelligence, you could probably just skip this part. And if the Overseer does go down, just be patient. She will get back up. Just try to protect her while she's doing this, if you even need her to. Now, we are going to check the reactors. Now, I just wanted to show exactly you're looking for this hallway here. It can be a little bit hard to find this stuff here. And this is what we're looking for here. Again, keep an eye out for the ghouls. I was lucky enough to have my friend help me here. And we're going to examine the reactors. Now, again, if you don't have the intelligence or the luck to bypass this, I'll show you how to find the 3, pieces to jury-rig the reactors. So, they're basically just around here. They're not very far. Just a little bit of search, and it'll show you on the map as long as you have the new arrivals active. That's why it's very important to have your missions active, or you're going to be looking for these without a bit of a compass, you know what I mean? Which is not what you want to do. Now, after we've done that, we want to initiate the manufacturing process. It's going to lead us to this terminal here. And yeah, different ways to go about this. I thought it was kind of funny. I don't want to spoil anything. You can name the Nuka-Cola whatever you want. I just called it Nuka-Cola My Blood's in It just because it's funny. You can call it whatever you want. It's not really a big deal. Now, we're going to have to push this button here, get the assembly line going, and then we are going to get a nice pack of basically Nuka-Cola with the vaccine in it, so these guys don't have to worry about turning into Scorched. And this is what it'll look like coming off the line. Basically go up to it, interact with it. It'll say whatever name you choose. So if it doesn't say the same name as mine, that just means you picked a different name for it. Gonna go back to Crater first here, and we're gonna talk to Meg. And like I said, we're basically just getting them to take this. You do not need to do the speech prompts there. And then we're going to go back to Foundation. Again, I would be fast traveling to the interiors. And we're pretty much done the new arrivals, guys. I just wanted to add a little bit more of a mission to this as well, which I will explain. But once we're done that, you will see Overseer Overseen pop up. Now, this will basically lead you in the right direction of the gold and the vault raid and all that. So that's why I wanted to include this in the video. So this would probably be your next step, is to start this, come over to Vault-Tec University. And this is a little bit tedious, I'm not gonna lie. This is basically why I wanted to make this video a 2 or 3-parter, because this part does take a little bit to explain, but I will. So basically, you're gonna see the Overseer talking to Professor Bot here. Once she's done talking to him, you can talk to him. It's gonna lead you down here to talk to the security chef. You're gonna have some security protectrons here that you may have to take out. Just gonna show you exactly where to go here, as it can be a bit of a nightmare to navigate in here. So this is the door you're looking for, and pretty much just heading down, down, down into the vault. And what we're going to be doing is kind of figuring out a bit of a murder mystery here. Yes, a murder mystery, basically. There's different ways to go about this. I don't really want to spoil anything, but just spoil alerts. I'm going to show you how I did this. There's lots of ways to do this. You can basically just walk through this and push buttons, or you can actually do the dialogue and have a bit of fun with it. But again, I'm just going to show you what I did, which basically involved me talking to Dr. Loris here. And then I went over and I talked to Brass here. Now, when I was done this, I went and talked, or sorry, I guess I should say I delivered the diagnosis to Robinson, which is all the way back up where we talked to the robot the first time. Again, can be a little tricky to find this. Just kind of try to remember where this stairwell is, guys. You're going to be going up and down it. Now, we're delivering the diagnosis to Robinson. And yeah, we're basically going to put him under arrest. Now, again, this is how I did it. You do not have to do it this way. Like I said, you can have some fun with it. This is just kind of a quick way I found to do it. And before we go down there or follow the robot there, the chief, we're just going to go over here and copy the security recordings. And then we'll follow the security chief down back where we were. And it basically just made me fight all the engineers until they were all taken out. And once they were done, had to go back up again and talk to Professor Bot. Now, this is all the way back up when we first started in the Vault-Tec University, so just keep that in mind. You got to come all the way back up here again. So I wanted to show you exactly where that was. You could probably fast travel back outside and come back in. It might even be a faster way to do it. But again, just thought I would show you exactly where to go here. We're going to talk to Professor Bot again. And then we are almost done this part of the video, guys. I'm very excited to do a part 2 of this. I'll probably do Crater and Foundation in separate videos, and then maybe the raids in a separate video. So maybe 3 more videos to do with this. Just wanted to get, maybe the newbies on the right direction here. If you're just starting the game and you want to focus on a main quest, this is probably one of the best ones to start. So, after we've talked to the robot again, we're going to come all the way back down again, and we're searching for the restricted wing. I just wanted to show this hallway is what you're looking for. It can be a bit tricky to find, and we're basically going to make our way over to a projector here, and we're just going to watch a little, basically, movie on gold. Now, again, the whole reason for this is so you can do the Vault 79 raid, which involves getting bullion, it involves picking Crater or Foundation, and it will help you get a lot of plans with the gold bullion. This is definitely one of the more important main quests, which is why I wanted to make the video on this. Again, I will make a video on the Crater side, the Foundation side, and a video for both raids in case you want some guidance on that as well. Give me a couple of weeks to make that, guys. I will have that out, if that. And yes, when we are done watching the little movie here, explaining that a little bit, we have to go talk to Meg and talk to Paige again, and basically get them on board with this, because we are going to be siding with one of these factions, and we're basically going to be doing a vault raid, which will be your choice, as I will explain in the further videos. But basically, I just went back and talked to Meg after this, and you can see it will put the Paige part into a miscellaneous. Make sure you go talk to Paige as well, guys. It is very important that you're doing the settler missions, even if you are gonna side with Crater, as you can get a free Chinese stealth armor. You get the plans for it. So just wanted to say that as well, but I will explain that more in the later videos. Now you're done the missions you need to do. Like I said, make sure you go talk to Paige as well, and now you are ready to start doing the missions for Crater and Foundation. So when you do these missions and you keep progressing with them, you will eventually do a vault raid for gold bullion. Again, I will explain that in later videos because I felt they deserve their own video. I just thought this would get you guys a step in the right direction. So, really hope this helped, ladies and gentlemen. Please let me know in the comments if there's anything else you'd like to point out to help a little bit, and I will get to work on those other videos as fast as possible. I will have the Crater and the Foundation missions next, and then we'll do a raid with Foundation and Crater as well in another video. Hope this really helps, guys. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Have a pleasant evening.